Hi guys, welcome to the channel of love. I'm perched on the edge of my seat. I've come in here and the office is in a bit of a state. Tia Lula is laying on the chair with some cards underneath her and I'm just tidying up. So we've got like the roomy deck that's been sprawled out. It's like someone's been having a whale of a time in here. Victory of Maryam. Well, I believe that's the card we last used or had out. Merciful Mother Jamal, Sacred Union, a new gown, enter the Garden of Delights, blessing of Zara, sacred convergence, the angel Razbar, blessing of Al-Hakim, commitment. Has all this gone on since like my absence? Oh, light. That card got stuck in there and then come back out. Light. Tia Lula, are you prepared to share the chair? I'm going to get the other cards, but let me just tidy up. Oh my goodness, I'm trying to hold my weight here. Hey. Hey, baby. These cards are like on a slant, decision. The 7 of Raphael, time to make a decision. Be clear on what you want. Hey. So what's happened in my absence? Release yourself from that which holds you back. A need to detox unnecessary worry based on a lack of self-confidence. Time to make a decision. Be clear on what you want and take action. A need for detoxification. And it's your lucky day. New resources of money, time or support. A change in job or in promotion. What does that mean? It says or a promotion. Thank you, my baby. Right, let's have a look at the cards that she's laying on. Let me get into position. Hi guys, welcome to the channel of love. Cheers. A little fly, did you see him? We've got cards on the floor as well. And I was just listening to some really nice relaxation music. And I come in and on the floor I can see contemplation time. We've got the 10 of Michael. A situation has ended and you're finally free. New opportunities for happiness will now follow. This is what you're sitting on. Put the past behind you. Self-employment. You're a born entrepreneur and your business is surrounded by magical opportunities. We've got 4 roomy cards. I don't know how they got over onto the chair. 5 roomy cards. When the pile's up there and you were laying on these. So the one that I can see is Al-Uza Star of Venus. And then we have Beyond the Threshold of Fear. Celestial Rose of Ma. Beyond Death, Life. And You Who Show the Way. There's a lot been going on. I have picked up on it. I have. Oh, Whirling Goddess. I do apologise. That was the last card that we had out of this deck. Your nose looks wet. It looks adorable. What come through is like she's showing up. Is it like 3 days in a row now? It's about showing up. I'm going to pick up these cards from the floor. Okay, so we've got 2 cards that are just like this. Protection. You, your loved ones and your possessions are safe and protected by heaven. And morning affirmations. Now this morning I felt like the energy was completely different to what it is this afternoon. I believe that intervention had to happen this afternoon to lift one's spirits. So hopefully, if you felt like, let's say, don't like using like words like that. If you feel miserable, or if you felt miserable this morning, hopefully that just lifted, and you kind of felt this lifting energy. Okay. Say positive affirmations each morning to open the gates of manifestation. So, protection. Right, let's have a look at the other cards. These cards are like this now. See, I can see contemplation time. Time to think. Rather than acting, I felt it was time to change the thought pattern. Yes, your intuition is correct. Take action accordingly. Like I said, the energy of this morning was very low. It was like, okay, I'm not having this. Let's raise this vibration, this frequency. Spend time alone meditating upon what you truly desire. A blessed change, a major life change brings you great blessings. Divine magic, extra magical energy surrounds your situation right now. Expect miracles. It's time to move on. Ooh, okay. It's time to move on. It's time to let go of the old and worn out so that the new can come in. So that wanted to kind of stand the table there because it, well, you would have seen what it done. It's time to let go of the old and worn out so that the new can come in. Is that what the challenge is? Letting go. Making a decision. Feeling stuck or indecisive, listen to your intuition and make a decision. Today's title, I think, needs to be, it's time to make a decision. Soulmate relationship, new romance with a spiritual basis is here for you now. Friendship, make a date for a play day with one or surround yourself with positive people and situations and avoid negativity. Can't seem to stand it at the moment. My vessel can't seem to stand in that energy anymore. Like negativity. Playtime. The dolphins know the importance of playing as joy creates miracles and manifestations. You're being helped. Heaven is working behind the scenes to help you, even if you don't see results yet. Make a wish. This is a magical moment. Make a wish and enjoy its manifestation. Worthiness. Know that you deserve to receive good in all ways. Don't fuck up your own manifestation, because what was coming through was, if I didn't change that energy, you was on the borderline of self-sabotaging. Father healing. Your personal power increases as you give any father-related issues to heaven and consult an expert. More information is needed. Contact someone with expertise in this area. And here we are. It's about a couple of minutes past 4 was the time. I was aiming to come on at 4 o'clock, but I was so like mesmerised within this like soul music I was listening to. It was water flowing today because I've been listening to the sea, the sound of the sea, but it was more the sounds of water flowing. There we go. Right, have we tidied up? Hi, Cynthia. Lunch break. Would you like to be my date? For your lunch? Of course I would, darling. I would love to be your lunch date. Okay, we're shuffling these cards now. Pay attention. Notice repetitious signs. Notice repetitious signs and your inner guidance as they can yield valuable information. Hello, baby. She's back. I'm going to read this message, although I did not bring my glasses upstairs. My intention was just to play with tarot and not actually read many messages. I was just going to not avoid the oracle, but I don't need to use the oracle. but like the oracle wants to be used, so pay attention. It's like the cards want to be used and abused. And then some people can kind of get a bit hooked up on the wording of the word abuse. It's just like, you're being helped. What are we doing? That's the funny thing. It's like, what are we doing? I don't know. We're going to read this message. The book's right here. Is this the right deck? Yes. Pay attention. Okay. Oh my, I've got like this grin on my face now. Where did this come from? Heaven is giving you important messages, and by drawing this card, you're asked to pay extra attention to them. Notice conversations you overhear, comments made to you by others, and inner feelings and thoughts. Look for common threads among the signs, as they're forms of guidance to help you manifest your divine purpose and desires. So look for messages coming through others, like well, you'll know, whatever communication that happens out there. What if, you know, it wasn't actually that person controlling what was coming out? So have a look at what's being said, what you overhear. Put it together. It's a message. It's not your imagination that heaven is sending you signs and divine guidance. Anytime you hear or feel something 3 or more times, especially within a short time period, it's information worthy of your attention. These signs also give you feedback about your current belief system, since your thoughts attract mirroring experiences. Use these signs to heal beliefs that dishonour you and swim in the direction that your guidance points you. Playtime. That's the next card. Playtime. It's a bit nippy. Yes, it is. We'll go to the unicorns now. Magical unicorns. Apparently we're not doing what I'm wanting to do. What does that say? Try something new. You'll only know that you can do something if you try. It's an entrepreneurial spirit. Try something new. One reason why you may feel bored is that you're doing the same things over and over. To feel excited about life, you need to try new things. This card asks you to think of something that you've always wanted to do and then learn about it. Ask your family or friends to take you along on their adventures. When you try something new, you may feel funny at first, like it won't work, but just do your best to enjoy yourself and don't worry about being perfect, especially at the start. The more you can relax and have fun, the better everything will go. So sign up for a class where you'll learn something new, like a language, drama, or photography class, or maybe take up a new sport. Stretch yourself beyond what you think you can do. You may find that you really enjoy this new activity, and you'll most likely make new friends. You'll also find that you will learn new skills that will help you in other areas of your life too. You got the first date jitters? Butterflies. They're healthy. It's healthy to have butterflies. Hey baby, whereabouts are you going to sit? I was drawn to go to the Journey of Love then, so let me go there. So she's pulling at her hair. It's like I'm pulling my hair out on her legs. On her legs. Okay. And we're going to sit right there. Okay. Tia Lou. Baby girl. Can you let them see the cards, please? Message first. Okay. Okay. Let's hear what the message is from the journey of love. Angel of Jupiter, awaken. We've had this message quite a lot out of this deck. Was she scared? What was she scared about? It's like the colouring of your eyes, isn't it? Card number 6. Are you going? Okay. Beloved, within you there is magnificence, greatness, and the ability to live bolder, larger, and more exuberantly than you may have ever imagined. So I'd say this message came out 3 times. Pay attention. Notice repetitious signs and your inner guidance as they can yield valuable information. Beloved, within you there is magnificence, greatness, and the ability to live bolder, larger, and more exuberantly than you may have ever imagined. Awaken that keen spirit, hungry for adventure and new experience. The angel of Jupiter, the spirit of bold expansion and divine generosity, lives within you. Your spirit cannot be made small, but must be free. Start now. Feel the endlessness of your own heart. What can be done today to live bigger? A smile, a yes to that offer of adventure, sharing vulnerability without fear, taking a step forward into the unknown, daring to imagine that the divine doesn't just happen to you, but happens through you as you. Embrace the courage of your nature within. Doesn't say that, but you could do. Embrace the courage of your nature within. Embrace the courage of your own open heart and dare to dream, beloved. The bold divine nature within you is calling you to great things. Now is your time to awaken. This oracle holds a message of guidance for you. You are being given an opportunity that can change your life. Don't hesitate to accept it. If you're acting with more assertiveness, more generosity, more playfulness and more spiritual authority than usual, this is confirmation that this is coming from a genuine place within you. If you are experiencing some havoc in your life or a sense that things are changing, this oracle comes as affirmation. Yes, there is change, and yes, you are outgrowing what once was, so you will be prepared to receive that which is more suited for your next stage of growth. And the poem, awaken your arms, I wait to stop time, savouring each moment for an eternity. Like an angel, you light the room, your love giving life to the love I've held within. Unbridled and free, our dream unfolds, and we are forever changed. Hi, Joyful Dolphin. Hello, morning, folks. Morning, afternoon, good evening. Cynthia, sew my own underwear, for real, though. Sewing and the matching are already there. Just got to try putting the fabric to it. Okay then. let's go to tarot. Let's go to tarot. I say the ancient Italian tarot. They say the tarot of sexual magic. I say we can have both. I get to go first. Stand your ground. 7 of Wands. Do you want to know the song that's coming through? A bit deep. If you leave me now, you'll take away the very heart of me. Ooh, no, baby, please don't go. Okay. Let's 2112 on the counter. Well, he's thinking. Well, he's actually standing up. He's standing up. Okay. Yes, he's standing up. He's thinking. That's just the energy. I'll just translate the energy. He's thinking about how down he's feeling. How down he's been. Like he's just a bit lifeless. He's feeling also that he may have like run out of wishes. He might have pushed it a bit too far. Because what I see is feathers on his hat. And the sword's pointing to it. I'll show you in a moment. Picture. But on the feathers, they're not white. Like they're tipped with blood and... Feels like it's been like a nasty battle, like with the divine. I'm just tired now. I'm taken to like his trainers. The colour of his trainers. So like how like you just pounce now. There is the possibility, the prospect of a comeback. But then there's this dagger that's like that gives him butterflies, nervous. First aid syndrome. That just came out. We can call it that. So this is actually the card of like the stalker, the surveyor. So he's surveying the situation. I actually feel like he's surveying the situation so that he can get his gut, his stomach settled. Bit jumpy. I mean, she's a bit in and out. So it's like, I want to, but I don't. I do. All I can see is like plays. I haven't got my glasses on. It looks like it's Ma Plays. Hi, hi. Old songs, darling, please don't go. Yeah. So the energy of like being a hopeless romantic's coming from. But in a way just like swimming in this love and not but becoming like hopeless. There's the opportunity here to try something new, to change your life. What's coming through now is, let's dance, put on those red shoes and dance the blues. Well, that's, yeah, I felt the energy of self-sabotage this morning because someone's beating themselves up for being like so sneaky. Deceitful. Basically, it's a shame. It's a shame that this isn't happening because it's someone who's feeling ashamed. So, not feeling worthy. They know they are worthy though. Their ego playing the same old trick on them. It's a shame. It just takes like for someone to actually say that kind of gets you, I don't know, not gets you back up, but gets you on your high horse. It's like, well, no one wants to feel this way. Don't leave me this way. Hey, I can survive. I can stay alive without your love. Oh, baby. Should I give you 3 guesses on that one? I'll give you 3 guesses to guess where am I from. I'm going to come and read in the cards. It feels like he's going to get a right battering when he gets there. So that's what he's scared of. So, cave women were coming through. But, she has a very playful energy about her. But he's still got to face her. She holds the baton. She's displayed impeccable behaviour in comparison to him. That's why he's so ashamed. Okay. Eight of Swords stands for unfounded fear. False evidence appearing real. Eight of Swords. We progress from the 7 for maybe getting over like the shame and the guilt and surrendering this. It's like the fight with the divine, with your soul. And now you're in fear. So it's like you're knowing what you're wanting to do. You're going to try something different because you've not done it this way before. That's why you're so scared. All the signs are pointing you towards... Sorry, there's the 8. The Empress. You're scared of the Empress. Oh no, you can't be afraid of her. That's like fear and love. They're the opposites, aren't they? Love will gobble up all that fear. Because that's what love does. Which then makes you feel vulnerable when you're in the presence of it. Because it's like, okay, I know I was afraid, but then I don't feel afraid. And that afraids me. That scares me. And then what I felt was just going around in this vicious circle. And what does that lead to? Unhappiness. And if it's not dealt with, I am being serious, that wasn't a good energy this morning. It's like my soul cries for you. Unhappiness. And if that's energy that's suppressed and acknowledged, then it will lead to depression. And you will naturally feel drawn to self-sabotage. You've got to turn that frown upside down. Do what it takes to turn it around. Tarot Sexual Magic. Working, the 3 of Pentacles, working in partnership with like-minded people. people that have your best interest at heart, and you have their best interest at heart also. That's a good starting place. Look at that image there. It's like the feminine crying here, but that's like self-sabotage energy. I'm not saying that this is like an actual feminine vessel. I'm saying that that is how, if you're in your feminine negative feelings, emotional, you're feeling it all. It's like not only are you like hurt, I'm not going to say you're only hurting yourself, you're not. That energy is like, it's not an energy that we need to add to. We're here to clear through that energy. Ten of Swords. At the end of your tether. Let's have a look at these cards. And this crying is over like being with another. The loss of love. Love isn't lost. You are. Which causes others to feel lost in your presence. Well, the good news is that's going to be no more, because the Ten of Swords strongly suggests that things are about to get better. Things can only get better. Can only get better. Now I found you. Dream. Balance. Temperance. Balancing out the energies here. Fear. Love. Transmuting fear into love. I think there was another card. Hear the sirens outside. So you can see the energy of this being, well, Alexa. I don't think there was another card. This is Temperance. Temperance needs to occur before you can claim your positions, your crowns, your status, divine status. You need to become balanced, spiritually, physically, well equipped. Choose a card. Is that what I'm doing? I'm not sure. There are no other cards that spun over, just that one. I was taken to like her heart. So you can feel it when you need to bring balance, temperance. You need to temper the energy. You can feel when that happens. And this energy is like, oh, it's like the war energy. It's war. That was coming through like this morning. Was the god of war. And it was like, wow, do you know how powerful your energy is? It's like, what are you generating out there? Love, war. And all this energy is down to wanting to be touched, held, loved, cared for, comforted. Your soul. That's what your soul wants. And because there's like, it's not feeling loved, and it feels, your soul feels like it's not getting that attention, appreciation, although look for the signs, you are. She seems to have an invisible touch, yeah. You got to get a grip. You've got to get a grip on love. How to live with love. And like Joyful Dolphin said there, love yourself. That's where it starts. How do you live with love? Well, you learn to live with it first. And then it's easy. So easy to love. Hi Adam. Hi I haven't got my glasses on. The Vand. That's all I can see there now. Hi. Hi. Hi everybody. Okay, so need to get a grip, need to do something, need to take control. You've got the power of the magician. You can have whatever you want. It's only like yourself that's been telling you that you can't have that. So it's like it's time to make the impossible possible. The magician is sharpening his knife. What van? I'm not sure what the van has to do with anything. The devil. Eight of Swords. So we've already seen the Eight of Swords. Unfounded fear. Well, when your fear's gone, you feel a bit brave, don't you? You get like, what's got into me? The devil's got into me. Well, because you want to, like, I don't know, misbehave. Play. Because the devil's in the background here. Yeah, it's all a bit too much. Like, it's like the teasing's a bit too much. Like, you can look but you can't touch. It's like, no, that's just not going to do, really, is it? The Four of Swords, that's the soul resting. It's like the divine is teasing. You said van, right? Or no, unless I heard. I'm not sure what I say. You're just a vessel. Because you saw a van. Well, the van's important, whether I said it or not. Because you thought that I said it. I might have said it. Does it matter? No. It's the thought that counts. It's the thought that counts in all aspects of life. Should we have some educational time? Read from a book. Right, right. I'm drawn to go to 77, which is the year, my birth year. I've gone to 67, where it's dog-eared. 10 years before my birth. Okay. My first contact with oneness. It's interesting. But let's go with it. My mother's mother holds a very special place in my heart. When my mother was beset by so many difficulties after my father abandoned us, my grandparents took my oldest brother to live with them. And from my grandmother's role as a mother, I got my first inkling of the concept of unity and oneness. My grandmother had nursed each of her children and had been extremely protective of her young, including my mother. She had spent most of her time lovingly rocking, singing, cuddling, and caring for her infants. My grandmother was in her 94th year when she began to lose some of her physical faculties. She needed constant help and care as she approached the age of 95. I watched my mother taking care of her in those final days of my grandmother's life. I watched as my mother took clean clothes to her mother and made absolutely certain that her undergarments were never soiled. And one day, I watched my mother holding my grandmother and peeling a banana for her and actually mushing it up in her own mouth and massaging her mother's neck to help her swallow it. Then she helped her put on clean underclothes. She rocked her mother and talked to her almost as if she were a baby. As I watched, I asked myself the question that was swirling around in my head. Who is mother and who is child? Didn't my now helpless child grandmother once change the diapers of the mother child and mush up her food to make sure that she was properly nourished? Weren't these two human beings really fulfilling the same role for each other? The oneness of it all struck me in an astonishing way as I watched this scene. I realised it is all one big circle, just as the universe is one big circle, and while we tend to identify ourselves with our separateness, when we get a different perspective, we see that it is all one, and that there exists in the one song a large being called is born into that being. 77. A very brief look at the history of the human being. The book says a very brief look. Let's find out what very brief is then. Ours is largely a story of division rather than unity. Study any book which chronicles the history of the human being, and we see one long story about how divided we are as a species. The most startling thing about our history is that we have always been at war with one another. We can measure our advancement in the sophistication of the devices we have created over the centuries for the purpose of killing off our brothers. We have evolved from simple weapons of destruction, such as crudely fashioned knives and tomahawks, to guns which can get the job done from a distance, to automatic machines which can kill many of our brothers at once. Now we have the 20th century term, megadeaths, to describe the lethal capacity of our weaponry. Reconsider the analogy of our own body and the billions of cells which constitute its physical totality. If we project that this one body was able to live for 50,000 years, we would see that the entire period of time was devoted to creating microbes and bacteria within the body for the purpose of destroying the body quicker and more economically. We would see that we had now killed off the pancreas, the liver, the arteries, removed a few limbs, and were ready to have all of the component parts fighting each other in such a way as to complete the destruction of the entire body. And we have now created the ultimate cancer, a means of destruction which, if ever used, would destroy the entire whole, once and for all. The history of this being is also one of emphasising our differences and divisions. Look at our history books and see how we are, and see how we, as a total being, have behaved. The East against the West, the dark against the light, the old against the young, the Germans against the French, the civilised against the savage. Endless chronicles of dichotomies of peoples figuring out ways to conquer one another, to outdo one another, to defeat one another. it is, I'm trying to pronounce these words, analogous, it is analogous to all of the life forms in your body, choosing up sides based upon physical appearances. The liver cells against the whites of your eyes, the larger cells of your skin against the tiny cells within your blood, the liquid cells against those in the heel of the foot, the longer cells in the intestines versus the shorter cells in the eardrums. Division, 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 until at last one group wins and kills off the entire body. You know how absurd it would be for you to try to live with this disharmony going on within you. You know, without even having to think about it, that all of the component parts that constitute you must work in cooperation and with a reference to the whole that is you if you are to survive for 90 or so years. Well, the being that is our human being simply has a longer life, lifespan because it is so much bigger, a question of perspective, and consequently you must take a look at how the individual beings within this human being have been behaving, and then ask how it is possible for the being to survive with all of this division. The answer is that we either help to change the behaviour and attitude of the beings that make up the human being, or it will destroy itself. Listen to Paramhansa Yogananda writing in The Divine Romance. I believe there will always be wars until perchance we all become so spiritual that by the evolution of our individual natures we will make war unnecessary. No matter what their difference is, if great minds such as Jesus, Krishna, Buddha, Muhammad sat together, they would never use the engines of science to try to destroy each other. Why must people feel it necessary to fight? The power of guns evokes no wisdom, nor has it ever accomplished lasting peace. Our history is replete with references to how we have divided ourselves and brought the entire human race to the brink of destruction as a result of our emphasis on enemies rather than allies in this miracle of life. Some of the greatest minds who have been among us know that oneness is more than idle thoughts of philosophers and metaphysicians, that it is the very essence of our reality. In the oneness that is humanity, we have practiced division in the detriment of the entire whole. Yes, we have had some shining lights who have attempted to help us see the folly of our ways, but essentially we have not been able to transcend our physical forms and see that our humanity is in our thinking, and that the totality of our thinking has always been that of divisiveness and separativeness. There is much for you, as both one single cell in this body, called humanity, and as a functioning whole composed of a multitude of individual cells, in the application of this principle of oneness to your own personal world. One of the best places for you to begin to put this principle to work is in how you function in relationship to all of the other humans within the one song. You can be either an instrument of cohesion and leadership, or one of the beings that unconsciously brings your unit down. So you can either be an instrument of cohesion and leadership, or one of the beings that unconsciously brings your unit down. It's time to make a decision. Which one are you? Let's finish with a Rumi message. It started with a kiss. Hi, Coco. Hello, friends and sister. That's a lovely greeting. Hello, Coco. That's what I felt when it was like, it started with a kiss. A hot chocolate come through. And here you are. Hi, Mackin. I will shorten your names, but I'll do whatever I feel drawn to do. Hi. Let's finish today's reading with a message from Rumi. The lover and the beloved. I feel a bit choked up. No, I personally don't, but the energy's coming through. I want to see if I can clear through it. Because I've got like this lump in my throat. It spoke about like helping. 35. The lover and the beloved. When you move beyond consciousness, you caress the beloved. When you move into the unknown, beyond everything, the beloved caresses you. Rumi. It is not enough to love me. I want you to allow me to love you. It is not enough to desire me, to want to be closer to me. I want to reach out to you and grab a hold of you, drawing you into me and never letting you be apart from me again. There is so much more for us to experience, you and me, than simply gazing, even with love, at each other from a distance. Let me take you into my arms. Let me hold you until we cease to know or care, where you and I were once you and I, or where you and I once were you and I, for instead we will be one. Will you allow it? Will you allow me? And will you allow us to be? O sweet beloved, the divine, the great beloved has a passionate desire for you, to love you, to touch you, to make the divine presence known to you, so that you will cease to fear the darkness and take delight in all of life, and become mesmerised by the beauty of love with its endless emanations. But how we resist love at first? Oh yes, we have been burned before, have we not? Abandoned, betrayed, so painfully disappointed, cast aside, and have suffered at the hands of some unworthy lover. Can this great divine love affair be tarred with the same brush, with the same bitter expectations that keep the heart closed? You are too beautiful to be hidden away behind a bitter and gated heart. That is unworthy of you. So then, can you allow the great beloved to reach for you, to receive that sacred touch every day, to be spoken to with words of love, to receive? You who give of yourself, can you recognise the beloved wishes to give to you too? These need not be mutually exclusive happenings. Come now, deep down, you know the genius of the divine, in such that in being received, much is given. You shall not be selfish in letting yourself be seen and loved. Allow it, rejoice in it. Take delight in allowing yourself to receive life, and let the world soak up the ardent glow of your sensual surrender into the great beloved's embrace. This oracle brings you a message. Something has to change in your physical world. You are in need of more sustenance, more love, more connection, and more nourishment that touches your body and soul and brings them into deeper oneness with each other, with life, and with love. Dare you open up and allow that love in. The great beloved has desired that it be so, that this be so, that this be so. Will you heed that holy desire? Will you allow love in? Say yes. If you find this difficult, now is the time to gently, carefully tend to the walls you placed. Tend to the walls you once placed between yourself and life. Walls of tentativeness, excessive caution, fear of abandonment and betrayal, doubt of your own lovableness, and doubts based on past pain without substance. You are so much greater than these crumbling walls. They are the stuff that is designed for demolition, not devotion and honouring. Can you begin to unpack the bricks you mistakenly believed were essential to your safety and well-being? You are too vast to see for that small puddle of thought now. The oceanic world of love is your true home and the sun is beating down upon you. It is too hot to gaze at the ocean longingly from afar or even stand by its edge. Strip off your layers, run to the ocean and dive in. This oracle brings you special guidance. An offer or opportunity is on its way to you or has recently been presented. It may be an idea you have been nurturing or one presented to you by another person. Sit with it. Do you feel exhilaration? Do you feel energy at the thought of saying yes? Then say yes. Allow yourself to receive. There is divine encouragement in taking risks that feel wild and alive to your heart. Right, guys, I will catch up with you all soon. Lunch is over. Thanks for the date, love. Talk soon. Talk soon. You're very welcome for the lunch date. Okay, I'll catch up with you guys soon. Take care, much love. Bye for now.